First appearing in the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 101, Lita has made a first appearance in that issue, and since then she's become more of a prominent member of the team, as well as a much liked character in the Turtle franchise. However, later in the run, we did get to have a unique little scene with her, where she came back from the future, and it got a lot more interesting. Now, during this story arc, there was a iffy ending, shall we say, that is talked about for all the wrong reasons, and it's all like one of the main reasons why people don't exactly like this run as much as it used to be, and do sort of point to like these sort of issues as being like the biggest problems with the Turtle franchise. However, I'm going to be talking about this little story, and I'm not going to be talking about the Battle of the Bands, but I'm going to be talking about something which I don't think many people are really talking about, and I got a feeling that this could be a potential talking point in terms of this story, as well as like upcoming stories, such as the Armageddon games. So the thing I'd like to talk about, and I feel like this could either go one or two ways, like depending on like the evidence, as well as just conversations in general, as it could go either one or two ways. And the like little thing I'd like to talk about is did Lita lie about the future? Now, the main reason for this, and there's like two bits of evidence that really help back up my case for this. Now, the first one is that basically, whenever you see the future and it gets changed, and like the characters in the past, you normally see like a really good example would be like something like being racing. Like some examples would be from like the Tales of Yokai in the 2012 show, where Donnie was looking at a picture and he saw Casey Naple like disappearing from his T-phone picture. Or like another example would be Back to the Future, when and looking at the picture and then you got the characters disappearing, and this like really does have like a really good indication, shows off like the future is changing. And however, when the future was changed in this story, Lita doesn't disappear, she didn't erase whatsoever, she just walked back through the time portal back to her time. So that's all one thing which sort of indicates to me like, did she lie? So yeah. Another piece of evidence is just Lisa walking through a time portal and going back to the future. To me, this really indicates that like nothing changed from the future, and if there was, then like why did she walk straight into it? And there was no, and she didn't talk about like the change. She walked straight through it as if nothing's happened. What was going wrong here? Now, when Lita does come back to the present, if that makes sense, it's all a bit hard to, or like the past for her, but the present for us. She goes into the Turtles and explains some stuff, and she like and shows off like she is the Lita from their timeline, and she's properly Lita. And then she goes on to explain some stuff which talks about the future, and there is some interesting things here. So the first one is saying that Raph became a bounty hunter. You got Donnie became a cyborg. Mikey just became like a normal mutant. And then you got Leo who disappeared. Jenica became a gang lord. You got Alapex training Lita. You got Alapex training Zinc, Mushroom, Zanik, I think is the other name, and Pepperoni to also help find some war. You got the Turtles and all the good side find the Foot Clan. And there's just like a lot of stuff that's going on here that all doesn't really add up to my opinion, because when you really look at the fact that like she should have erased from the timeline from the present stuff and stuff like that. However, she does bring up some stuff saying that Karai died. You also got Leo disappearing, which could like indicate to some future stuff which could potentially be happening in the Armageddon games. Because if we do look at the future scene, there is some like interesting things that is going on here. First off, we got Venus de Milo there, we got Artemisa, another fan character that Sophie Campbell created, and then like you also got Kitsune, she's not in the future thing. So like this definitely takes place after the Armageddon games. But like I got to know, why would she lie about all of this if she was just like to just bring back Tokka and Raza? I do feel like there is a lot more going on here than like what we initially like known about this. And with the future changing, this would also have like a really big indicator of like things would have changed completely in the future, just because Renette only found Lita because everything was going so wrong and everything was just so bad. So she took her in, trained her to be a time mistress, I think it is. So that would have changed as well, and she would not become a time traveler. So there is like so many things that really indicates like she probably was lying. But if she was lying, why did she lie? And I don't think she lied like to be bad or anything. I do feel like she's maybe helping the future out in a way, and then like maybe doing some other stuff. I feel like there is a lot more to this, and I don't think she's telling the whole truth. Maybe she might be telling some truth with like the auntie stuff with Koya, the tall toes become parents in a way to her. So I think like that much is true, but I still got the feeling that maybe she might have lied about all this, and to like either help herself or stuff like that. But she does also go on to like reveal some stuff about the future as well, such as the toes becoming parents in a way, and then going like also like marriage, like Leo and Koya get together, and there's like lots of stuff like that, which also helps change the future as well, because like she also like it's not really indicated that like Raph does anything in the future to stop Hob. So now you get in the most current issues is that Raph is trying to like prevent all this bad stuff from happening, and then like he's also screwing up his relationship with Apex, which is something that Lita didn't want him to do. So she has more or less like put the Turtles on like a different track, and has definitely changed the total timeline to the point where like maybe the future stuff that we did see in the future was maybe not the future. I don't know if I could say that about like every like time travel story where like the like I mean like the future is like never set in stone and stuff. So why would she really lie about this? And that's a really big question that I've got to ask like for you guys, because I've got a feeling like quite a few people probably didn't really catch on to this. But like when you do look at all the facts with like and her not erasing, the future being completely different, and then like she's also like changing the timeline with like relationships, roles and stuff like that, she's definitely made a really big impact from the timeline, or like whatever timeline she's talking about. But why would she lie? And I feel like we may never get an answer, because all this stuff is in the future. We may never get to see these characters again. Well, like we are seeing the stories being told of these characters, but like in terms of like Toka and Raza, they're in the future, so we probably won't ever get to see them again. Then like Lita, because she's in the future again, we might never see her again. She could be like a one-off sort of story sort of thing. And to that say, like, why was it really important to change all this sort of stuff? And was she lying? To me, I would have to say yes. Just like looking at all the facts here, there's just a lot that goes on, and that like really points to the fact that yeah, she was lying in terms of some of the stuff. Just like looking at it from this point of view, from like if you look at all the time travel sort of stories where like change the future and stuff, it does really indicate to the fact that like she probably did change the future, and she probably was lying about something. But what? And I guess we'll never know. I'm quite interested to hear what you had to say about this. Do you think she was lying? Do you think she was not? Do you have any evidence to back this up or not? I feel like I presented my points quite clearly in terms of what I wanted to show, like in terms of like the stuff that she didn't erase and stuff like that. I'm quite interested to hear what you had to say about this in the comments below. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do love this one, please share, like, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.